Good morning. A solid Telegram session for members of footballtradingprofits.com yesterday. Happy about that. Let's take a quick look through some of these matches. Austrian Cup, well, nothing much interesting there. Superliga beginning its new season. I did give you this Charleroi based on the in-play stats, hitting the famous 100 plus on the attacking pressure index, but then OH Leuven made it 2-0. That's not in the script, but Charleroi came back to make it 2-2. Club Brugge against Ghent. The market right here, but this was I think a top 2 clash or a top 5, top 6 clash from last season. It was more difficult than the 1.6 suggested for Club Brugge, that's for sure. And it's not one I would have taken on the Genk lead, even though, as you can see, it turned out to be a profitable trade. It's just nothing showing from Club Brugge in the in-play stats, and this early in the season. In-play stats are the only real thing you have to work off, apart from the match odds. Czech One League. Again, nothing to greatly interest yesterday, but was there any fun and games with Sparta Prague and Mlada Boleslav? Because that ended 3-2. Well, 1-1, 1-2, so that could have been your opener. Very, very early lead for Mlada Boleslav in the second half. If you look at the pre-match odds, 1.365, that's your angle in. Nice and quick within 8 minutes. Kuchta making it 2-2. And a bit of a Desmond for you late on. Haraslin making it 3-2 in the 93rd minute. So if you did lay the late draw in this one, well done. Plenty going on with Sparta Prague. But again, it's the opening matches of the season. In-play stats are absolutely vital at this stage. Danish Super League. Silkeborg against Fred. I did lay Fredericia probably about the 80th minute. Silkeborg again famously hitting that 100 plus attacking pressure index. All they needed was a goal before the 85th minute for that odds to move. And we did a lot of speculative plays yesterday at really, really short odds. Low liabilities or backing at big odds. That was one of them, Fredericia. Nordland and Bromby. Insurance play this one, if you were following the in-play stats. Possible Nordland equalised, but again, look at the favourite, 2.05 away favourite. Elsewhere, congratulations to the England ladies. I did mention in the Telegram dispatches that I would expect an England equaliser, but it came far too early in the second half. I was looking at their semi-final performance where their equaliser came post 80th minute. But this is the third consecutive Spanish ladies under 2.5 goal matches. As soon as they get in deep in the tournament, they suddenly switch off the goal scoring and go into ultra defensive mode, and that may have cost them yesterday. Well done to the English ladies. Into Turku, continue scoring goals, apart from when I backed them, of course, and that clown misses a penalty. I'm not bitter, and I should have let it go a month ago, but Into Turku are not getting a Christmas card off me this year. Norwegian Elite Serien. Tromsø's winning run came back to bite them. Rosenborg, stronger favourites at Betfair, I thought. Did take on the Rosenborg lead at 3-0, and we got the Tromsø goal at 3-1, which had me interested because there was plenty of time left for Tromsø to have done something. But quite clear the market knew something today. Maybe a key Tromsø player was injured because of that winning run. They've been winning at odds bigger than this, that's for sure. Polish Ekstraklasa, big surprise for Rakau. Champions, I think, last season. Would I play this early? I'm not so sure. Well, probably not, because they did score first. Rakau, we did get that equaliser from Salvador Dali, which is excellent to see him out and about with his beautifully waxed moustache. Nowak getting the late winner, not really a play for me this. It would have been on the back burner. I tend to prioritise matches where I can research. The Allsvenskan, etc. yesterday proved to be very fertile trading ground compared to these startups. The Polish Ekstraklasa, well, we're already looking at that, aren't we? Jagiellonia Białystok getting the win there. Legia Warsaw as well. We just, well, we're registering the results, shall we say. And look at that, over 2.5 goals yet again in the Polish First Division. Is that a pattern that we can follow? Romanian One League, Cluj cocking it up against Arges. I don't think I played that one. Or if I did play, it would have been at very, very short odds. AIK against Oster. AIK were the dominant force in this particular match, but just couldn't cross that line. And the problem with this is taking on this 0-0, you've only got one team to help you because Oster have been failing to score of late. So for me, that 0-0 was not a good play to take on. Häcken and Djurgården. Well, we did take on the Djurgården lead because it's very rare that they score 3 goals. Took them on at about 3-0, I think, or 3-1. It's 1.02 lay, or thereabouts. So nothing to worry at all. And as you can see, Djurgården rarely scoring more than 2 goals, but took advantage of those red cards. Mjällby was an excellent trade. Come from behind, nice and easy, does it. Cash out straight away. Really good stuff. Moving on down, the Swiss Super League. Just a watching brief at the moment. So some good plays yesterday, some speculative plays as well. But when they are speculative, we're laying at odds of, something like 1.06, 1.07. The liability is extremely low. And that's about it to keep the liability low at this stage of the season. Danish Super League, Midtjylland and Sonderjyske. Both of these sides drawing their openers. Midtjylland were an excellent trading side in their opener. 0-2 down and 2-3 down. So they had some fighting spirit, and that's what I will trust today, that Midtjylland fighting spirit at home. Yet to record a win. And that's important because they were up there or thereabouts in the title chase last season. If you're dropping points in your first day, you've got to steady the ship second day. HJK and Gnistan. Well, Gnistan can be a royal pain, that's for sure. They can be set up to be tough to beat. But it is all about context, this match. Gnistan did beat HJK 1-0, but that was the only win, home and away, against the top 7. Any Gnistan lead today, I think I'm going to take on. HJK, contextually, with their away form against the bottom half tides, tend to score between 2 and 4 goals and keep a clean sheet win. So I'm going to hope that we're going to see those kind of stats today from HJK Helsinki. Coming off the back of a couple of recent defeats in a row, consecutive defeats, ended with 2 consecutive wins now. Scoring 2 goals, I would expect of them. Polish Ekstraklasa, Katowice against Zagłębie. Absolutely no point in us looking at these. All we have to work off is the first match of the season. It's pointless. Similar story with First Division. Similar story with the Super League as well. Not priority, particularly on a Monday, these matches. In-play stats, Polish Ekstraklasa Division 1 in Poland and the Romanian Super League, vitally important. Elfsborg against Gothenburg. Let's take a quick look at the stats. Now, this is a great example of trying to do research via the challenge table. Challenge table, as the season progresses, will bring up some ready patterns, won't it? You can quite clearly see here from Gothenburg, don't tend to win outside of 10th and lower. Concede heavily against the top 4 away from home without scoring. Score and concede at home against 5th to 9th. They haven't met 5th to 9th away, which is a big negative here. We don't have that gauge. But if they're losing at home, Gothenburg, then surely away from home, they're going to struggle. Yeah, makes sense? So we might see that pattern emerging today with Gothenburg, scoring without necessarily winning. The Elf, you can see their defeats have tended to linger, generally speaking, away from home and against the top 7 away from home. Look at that winning run. Take Häcken out of the equation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wins against 5th and lower at home, scoring 2+ goals. That's something I would possibly trust. But there is a little hint that Gothenburg might see an Achilles heel here. Elfsborg conceded 2 goals against 9th, 3 goals against 10th, 3 goals against 14th. They are very porous defensively against 9th and lower and playing 8th today. But looking at the form against 5th and lower at home, it is really solid, isn't it? Lots of wins. Looking at Gothenburg, where are their defeats, generally speaking? You can see it with the colour coding. It's against the top 9. Who do they play today? Yes, 6. So that's all about the challenge table. That's why I mentioned the challenge table there. Now you know what the challenge table is. If you don't find a challenge table at soccerstats.com, and it doesn't cover the challenge table with all matches, fcstats.com is an excellent website for the challenge table. You go to the head-to-head here, work your way down to the bottom. I haven't been to this website in so long. I'm hoping the challenge table remains. And that's the table there. This will flesh out as the season progresses. And you'll start seeing patterns. So don't forget, if we don't have a challenge table at soccerstats.com, you've got one at fcstats.com. Swedish Superettan, Helsingborg against Varberg. You've already got a red flag, 2.4 the favourite. Okay? It's telling you it could be anything. So please be careful. This is all about context yet again. So let's take a quick look at the context of this match in the Superettan. The challenge table might offer us some way in for what is a tricky 2.4 the favourite match. So we go to Helsingborg. We look at this lovely lady with her telephone and we say goodbye to her. And we move over. And we'll have a look at the challenge table. Make sure you get the head-to-head, because then you'll see the challenge table for both teams at the same time. So, stories in this match. Start reading this challenge table. This is the quickest way to research. Helsingborg playing 6 today. Where do their defeats occur? You can answer that, can't you? Top 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defeats against the top 7. Yes, there's sporadic wins, but all of their defeats, if they are to lose, they tend to lose against the top 7. Who did they play today? Say it along with me. 6th. Varberg. Look at their form against 8th and lower. Unbeaten home and away. Who are they playing today? 10th. So really, for me, on that form, you'd be favouring Varberg's, wouldn't you? But 2.4 the favourite tells you, please steer clear or play very, very cautiously. Västerås and Trelleborg, let's have a look. It's a day where the challenge tables are very revealing. Västerås are unbeaten at home, but do note their wins have only been 1-0. But look at the cluster of 2+ goals against 12th and lower. 2, 2, 0, 2, 2. Scoring 2+ goals. Look at the head-to-head win. 5-0 loss for Västerås in the head-to-head. That, for me, suggests red cards might have affected the scoreline. Because look at Trelleborg against the top 7. That is an extreme rarity. Away from home, conceding 2+ goals, tending to lose 2-0. So the market is certainly with this poor form here and not with that head-to-head destruction of Västerås. And you can bet your bottom dollar this lot are going to be doing their damn best to make sure they do not lose this home match. Revenge is on the cards for Västerås today. We're heading towards August now, and I have to speak a little loud because my old neighbour's must have got a power tool for his birthday, because he's been messing around with it all day. I'm going to have some childhood trauma after this, which might make me procrastinate. I'll have to wait and see. We're getting to the clay court. No, it's hard court, isn't it, the US Open? So now we're heading towards the hard now in Toronto. Got all of the big boys out and about there today. David Goffin. Who else? Bellucci has been a very good performer so far. Blocks. He's a rapper playing tennis, apparently. So a few familiar names. I'm going to be focusing more on the football at the moment. Well, it is my day off. I'm going to be focusing more on going down to a beach cafe and chilling out and making some AI music to annoy the neighbours. Emma Raducanu is out and about in Montreal. 1.3 favourite as well. Do look out for Canadians in Canada if you are to trade today. I like looking at this, particularly a big boy like Pospisil, even though he lost. Any other locals? D. Martin against Munir. Munir got to be laid at 1.02. Quite simple. They are human. Let's put it that way. No other Canadians playing there. So just the D. Martin for the locals to get interested in. And more Canadians turning up. Andriescu, for example. 2 straight wins. Marino. Troubling Giacomo. This is what we're looking for, isn't it? But possibility I would have taken on that Marino opener. Enthusiastic local, I call it, this kind of a trade. are K Cross against Rakimova. Not fancy today, but a Canadian in Canada might just overperform. Arsenal not favoured against Naomi Osaka today. So that's just a quick look at the tennis. I'm not going to go too much in depth into it. Have a great day today. It is my day off today. But as ever, if I am up and about, I will pass things on to members of footballtradingprofits.com on Telegram. But highly unlikely you'll be hearing from me today. These are midnight starts for me. And I'm going to be tucked up with an Ovaltine at midnight, I would suggest. No, I'm not going to be going to Soy 6 in Pattaya. I am in Pattaya at the moment. I'm not going to be going to Soy 6. Promise. Have a great day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.